Hello, hello, Heal Squad. Happy Thanksgiving week. So excited. I hope you guys are easing into this cozy season. I know I am. And I will be wearing my sweats and enjoying it and enjoying my family and friends and really grateful for this downtime that I get to have with them. And that is the theme of today's episode gratitude. With Thanksgiving just days away, I really wanted to reflect on this, like what gratitude really means to me this year and how it's become such a grounding force in my life. And to be honest, it's the thing that always brings me back to the good, the present, and what truly matters. So today, I wanted to share some of the things that I've been deeply grateful for this year and tell you about my personal gratitude rituals that keep me anchored even when life gets crazy, which I think can help you guys too if you need to recenter. Usually, the holidays make us have to recenter. But first, our quote of the day: let gratitude be the pillow upon which you kneel to say your nightly prayer, and let faith be the bridge you build to overcome evil and welcome good. And that is from the great Maya Angelou. And I love that. And I love all her quotes, actually. So, what I'm grateful for this year. Well, looking back at this year, I am really grateful for, first of all, my health and all of the healing that's happening. Every time I get good news from the doctor, I'm very, very grateful because that means I just get to be with my baby, which is the most important thing for me. And really getting to spend quality time with Athena and watching her grow and develop and become this little person that she is has been incredible. Being on the East Coast has been incredible. Being with family earlier in the year in Greece was really special as well, and seeing her kind of get to experience family uh, and experience all culture, which was so nice as well. I think that was another big moment I was grateful for. Um, Always grateful for the Heal Squad, and especially this year having our first Heal Squad retreat. I'm so grateful for everyone who helped put that together and made it happen and everyone who participated. It was really a um, special couple of days. And so I'm just grateful to be here. And I'm grateful for all of those moments along the way, whether it was mooing with cows with Athena. We would see cows on the side of the road. I'm like, let's moo with them, Athena. So we would get out of the car and go moo with the cows in Connecticut. Whatever it was. And I'll tell you, this practice is so, so helpful. In fact, like I'll kind of jump ahead to my daily gratitude ritual because I think one of the things that I have really worked on is building my gratitude muscle so that when things are going wrong, I know the way to get out of it is through gratitude. For example, um, I remember having to take the train into New York one time this year, and it was very stressful because I hadn't done it alone before and I was doing it alone. And I woke up and I had, gotten everything ready early and it was raining. And I was like, ugh. And so I'm taking my stuff out to the car and I'm going to drive myself to the train station. And all of a sudden, the doors wouldn't open. It was in the Tesla, and I had the card key, I had everything, the app, nothing was working. I was so upset. I was so stressed because now I'm going to miss my train and I'm not used to taking the train. So it's not like I understand the rhythm and the system and all of that. So then I'm texting Kevin, who's night nursing with Athena, and I'm like, help, I don't know what to do. I was unhinged. Like it was just one of those things that threw me completely off track. And I was like, okay, I have to get to my gratitude list. This was after Kevin got me in the car and it all worked out. So I was driving angrily to the train station and I was like, okay, this is not the state I want to be in. And so this is a funny part. You don't have to conjure up your dead animals, but I did conjure up my dead poodle Winnie because we used to have our daily gratitude practice together where we would say what we were grateful for. And so I was like, Winnie, I need your help. And I remember going through everything I was grateful for. Guys, I did this for a solid 35 to 40 minutes, all the way till I got to my parking spot. And slowly but surely, the energy shifted. It went from like very, very red anger to, and I knew I was irrational, by the way. Let me just tell you, I knew. I was like, I am being completely irrational and completely a crazy person. It was probably that time of the month, and I don't remember now. But anyway, I watched the shift, and gratitude is such an incredible tool if you just choose to use it. So you can do it through your prayers because I do it at night. I pray and I thank God for all of the things, and I mean all of the things. When I wake up in the morning, I thank God for the ability to get up and to be able and to have another great day ahead of me and for the great night's sleep, even if it was not maybe that great, whatever it was, I'm grateful. And that I get to be with my baby and then, like I said, at night, I have my gratitude practice at night too. But during the day, I mean, if you were following me in my brain, you would hear how many times I'm like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. Every time I hug Athena, I'm like, thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God, for this angel. Thank you for this blessing. Um, everything. If someone's nice to me at the coffee shop, I'm like, thank you, God, that was so great. Like, gratitude really just makes such a difference. So, I think, starting a gratitude practice, big or small, and just building off of it is really important. Um, it really can help you become resilient, um, during really stressful moments. It has de-stressed me. It has reminded me that everything will be okay eventually. Like right now, things are not feeling great, but as I lean into the gratitude practice, things shift and feel better. I think that it speaks to what Dr. Joe Dispenza has always talked about, like feeling the feelings ahead of the event. For whatever it is that you want, if you start to feel those feelings ahead, and some of those are just gratitude, like, thank you for that job promotion. Oh my gosh. And adding in the visual of, like, hugging your friends and family and the celebratory experience of what you would actually do in that moment. Gratitude is in everything. It's in the manifesting of things. It's in the, it's for your inner peace and helping you shift out of kind of those stressful, desperate moments. Um, I think that it's it's a really helpful tool that's kind of underrated. If you are going through a difficult time, like if I look back at some of my worst moments, they were scary, they were painful, there was so much uncertainty. And that's why Tony Robbins always says um, your life is going to be dependent, your happiness is going to be dependent on how much uncertainty you can handle. And I've always kept that in the back of my head because life is going to have a lot of uncertain moments and a lot of difficult moments. No one is coming out unscathed. Everyone's going through something. I think that in those moments of desperation, what I have done is I've used the tools that I've learned here on the show, whether it's choosing wonder over worry. I wonder what it's going to be like when I get through this and I am so much better on the other side. I wonder if there's a reason this is happening for me, not to me. I wonder what angel could be sent to help me or guide me through this. I wonder if this is supposed to help me build a better spiritual connection with God and whoever it is that you kind of or whatever it is that you believe in, because I do believe that some of these things that keep happening in my life are really pushing me towards a stronger relationship with God. And even though I feel like I have a great one, I'm sure there's room for even better, and I'm not saying I'm gonna go become a nun, but I have thought, I'm like, "God, are you trying to make me a nun? What's going on here?" But I think that I've tried in the worst moments to go to gratitude. I've tried to honor the pain I'm going through, but also realizing that it could be worse. And I say you have to honor it because a lot of times we can easily dismiss our own pain thinking, well, somebody else has it so much worse. And I was good at that too. And I wouldn't acknowledge my own. But I'm really good now at acknowledging my own and realizing that no matter what I have or where I'm at, it doesn't mean that I can't have pain. Um, we're all human. So I acknowledge it, I honor it, but um I still realize that I have so much more than others. And most everyone can say they have more than others in whatever capacity. Maybe you have more family around you than somebody else does. Maybe you have more money than other people. Maybe you have more resources. Maybe you have more looks. Maybe you have something. And so I try to think of that. And then I think the other thing is that's really helpful when you're going through a tough time, and I've talked about this before, it's if you were to look at all of this, your life, like the movie you wanted to tell someday, what's the story you would want to tell about yourself? Would you want to say that you fell and then couldn't get back up? Like I'm teaching Athena now every time she falls. I'm like, Athena, what do we do when we fall? And she's like, we get back up. I'm like, that's right. We're always going to fall. We're always going to get back up. So, what's the story you want to tell that it brought you to your knees and you stayed there? Like, my story is, yeah, I'm human. It brought me to my knees, but I didn't stay there. I found a way to get back. And it can be little things. It can be appreciating the barista's kindness when they took your order. It's appreciating somebody who let you go when you're driving and, nobody likes to let you go. Like, I start building on those little wins, and it's funny, I reverse engineered this when my mom was sick. When my mom was sick, I knew she needed only positive energy around her. So, I would even make sure I was like, "I don't even want a bad experience at the coffee shop for her. I want her to be just surrounded and patted with love as much as I can control because I know how important energy is." So, I think that if you're in a bad place also, you have to choose you as well. And so sometimes it's going and doing something that's going to make you feel good, whether it's getting your nails done or getting your hair done or going to, you know, walk somewhere on a hike or to the beach, whatever it is that brings you joy, going and sniffing your neighbor's roses, which I've often done. Um, I think that you have to figure out how to pull yourself out of these places because you don't want to stay there because you want your story to be better than that. And so gratitude is, I think, one of the easiest ways to do it because you can see that there's so much more to be grateful for, even in the devastating times. Like, even when my mom was diagnosed with brain cancer, again, on my knees, devastated. I remember leaving that hospital in Hartford and going outside multiple times through those 2 maybe days that we were there and screaming at the top of my lungs, guttural crying, letting out, like, the most insane sounds, and yet I still remember as well anybody who was helpful, anybody who was supportive, somebody who would just help me with the littlest of things made such a huge difference. And it reminded me that I wasn't alone, that I was supported, that I was loved, that I was guided. Um, and and those are the things that you focus on. You try to focus on the good, focus on what you want, not what you don't want. And being grateful helps you focus on all of the positives. It puts you in a great vibration, right? Any kind of everything is a vibration in our bodies. Bad energy is a vibration that brings us very, very low. We act out of character, we react, um, we are defensive, we're just not at our best. But if we're in a good vibration, and gratitude can bring you to a good vibration, now you can handle things a lot better. Nothing's going to be perfect. But I think that, I mean, gosh, I wish in like junior high or something, or even elementary school, they really started to teach us these emotional tools so that we don't have to try to figure them out in our 40s like me. But it is possible, and it is possible to walk through the difficult times knowing that there is some reason, whether it's you needed to learn that people are good and that people are um, yeah, sometimes it's people are good. Sometimes people have a limiting belief that there aren't good people out there or honest people, or the lesson could be something even like that. But it's something that's there for your growth and your purpose. And I think I've learned so many lessons along the way that I needed to learn. And like I said, I think now, I think the other lesson is that I'm being called closer and closer to with my connection to God um and I don't know why, but I'm in the throes of it and I'm following the breadcrumbs. I'm listening to what I'm hearing and feeling. I'm not taking it for granted. Um sometimes I'm like that's weird, but okay, here we go. But gratitude keeps you in that good vibration so you can handle anything. So if you're looking back at your year, think about the three things that you feel most grateful for. Think about those things and feel into them and realize that those were important moments for whatever reason. I don't know what they are, but really reflect on them. And is there somebody who showed up for you this year in a way that was really meaningful or really special? And maybe send them a note and say, I don't know if I fully understood the gravity of what you did in that moment for me, but I know it seemed small, but to me, it was really big. Were there any moments where gratitude may have helped you see a change differently? These are all good kind of reflection points for you to kind of think about. Also, as kind of we're wrapping up the year and thinking about, the next year. Um, and what's the gratitude practice that you have the ability to maintain, even if it's just for a season. Like mine change all the time. So I used to have a whole night procedure that I used to do that was even more in depth than what it is now. And now with a baby, I just don't have the energy. And even I've shifted my prayers because my night routine was taking so long. I shifted my prayers to when I'm putting Athena to sleep because it actually helps her fall asleep. So I whisper my prayers in her ear. They're both of our prayers. And and so I've kind of figured out how to make all of that a little bit less burdensome because, sometimes I was falling asleep in the middle of them and I really want to get them all out. But find a practice that's going to work for you. It might be that you're doing your prayers when you're in the shower and you want a little bit of that warmth on your body. I know that I like to sit in the shower a little longer sometimes. Maybe you do your gratitude practice there, like, I'm grateful, and it can start really small. It can be like, "I'm so grateful that I can walk. I'm so grateful that I'm healthy," or even despite whatever's going on that makes me feel like I'm not healthy, I'm still doing alright. I'm still getting up, I'm still breathing, I'm still moving. I'm grateful for the vehicle that I have that takes me from A to B. I'm grateful that, I have positive people in my life, or I'm grateful. And by the way, it'll show you what you are missing too. Because if you feel like you don't have positive people in your life, you're going to realize, well, wait, what's with the people that are in my life? Are they not positive anymore? Have things changed? Have I changed? Have I grown and maybe outgrown them? Maybe that's something I need to look at this year and see what needs to shift. But I think reflection moments are really important for us to kind of guide us and to take stock of what's been going on. So I think using gratitude as a tool for your peace and your positivity is priceless. So, friends, I hope you were grateful for this chat. If this week feels big or emotional or challenging, as I know sometimes it can be difficult around some characters in our lives, just remember to be grateful. Sometimes people are showing up to give you a gift. Maybe it's a test to see if you could Stay in your gratitude and not react. Stay in your good vibration. Maybe you have to cloak yourself in white light and protect yourself before you enter a space and feel that you have that protection. But I am definitely grateful for all of you here in the Heal Squad community. I'm grateful to be on this journey with you. Drop me a DM, by the way, or comment, and maybe tell me something you're grateful for, because I do love hearing from you. And until next time, be nice people, make good choices, and be present.
Hey, Heal Squad. We have been on quite the journey together, and we're hearing from so many of you just how much this show is helping you heal and get better, and it makes us feel so good. We love, love, love it, and we just ask that you don't keep it to yourself. Spread the message and share the show or your favorite episode with your friends. And if you want to help us even more, you can leave us a 5-star rating and a comment on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, and follow us on Instagram at Heal Squad. You can also DM us anytime because we love connecting with you. And finally, you can also join us on Patreon for our monthly live heal events with world-class healers and ad-free episodes exclusive only to Patreon and our Super Heal Squad for as little as $10 a month. So go to patreon.com/Heal Squad to join. Getting better isn't easy, friends, but as I say all the time, it's a whole lot easier if we can do it together. We love you all so much, and we love doing this thing called life with you.
This podcast and all related content published or distributed by or on behalf of Maria Menounos or MariaMenounos.com is for informational purposes only and may include information that is general in nature and that is not specific to you. Any information or opinions expressed or contained herein are not intended to serve as or replace medical advice, nor to diagnose, prescribe, or treat any disease, condition, illness, or injury, and you should consult the healthcare professional of your choice regarding all matters concerning your health, including before beginning any exercise, weight loss, or healthcare program. If you have or suspect you may have a healthcare emergency, please contact a qualified healthcare professional for treatment. Any information or opinions provided by a guest expert or host featured within website or on company's podcast are their own, not those of Maria Menounos or the company. Accordingly, Maria Menounos and the company cannot be responsible for any results or consequences or actions you may take based on information or opinions.